What's up? I want to talk about something here. I did a SummerSlam report, as you can see in the previous video, but I also want to talk about the rumors about John Cena turning heel last night. A lot of people were talking, oh, Cena's going to turn heel because Triple H is out and they need a new heel. Well, as a lot of people have been saying lately, you can't have someone like Cena turn heel for two reasons. One, there's too many heels on Raw as it is, or heel-like people as it is. And two, you think Vince McMahon's going to mess with his moneymaker? I don't think so. Let me put it to you like this. Those that started the rumors that Cena was going to turn heel, saying there was talk about it within the WWE, not saying there wasn't, but really increasing that talk, strongly getting behind that talk and everything of Cena turning heel, those were done by the Cena haters. I hate to say that. Now, I have nothing against the Cena haters. I respect their opinions. I can understand that they don't like John Cena because he's too much of a Hulk Hogan wannabe, as some people put it. Well, let me explain something to the Cena haters. And again, I have nothing against them. I respect their opinions. But let me explain something to you. WWE is no longer TV-14, the PG, if not PG-13, the more kid-friendly, family-friendly, if you will. And WWE knows that if they want to keep that kid-friendly, family-friendly environment, they got to keep the main characters, the main eventers in the position that they're in. See, let me explain something. John Cena caters to the family trend of things, the family-friendly stuff, to the family of all ages. That's who he, is demographic towards. That's who he caters to. Now you might say, well, what about Randy Orton? He's a face, but yet he's not the kind of face kids would cheer. No, Randy Orton is sort of like on the line. He's sort of like in the middle of that. He's the kind of guy that caters to all fans of all ages, but he's also the kind that caters to the fans of the male demographic. The ones that want that attitude like era back, want that attitude like era like anti-hero. They want that. So he's more like towards the teenage male demographic. More of the hardcore demographic, if you will. Well, Cena is more of the caterer to the family-friendly, kid-friendly environment. Come on, honestly. Have you not seen those little promos, the little trivia things they showed during Raw and SmackDown? They said Cena made a coffee cup for 7-Eleven. And it was going to go, and all benefits were going to go to Make-A-Wish Foundation. If Cena was going to turn heel, do you think they'd have Cena do that? No. So I know that to the Cena haters, I can understand your gripe. I can understand you don't like the fact that this guy's been a face for, 6 years now, going on 7. I can understand that, but you know what? He's the money maker. He's the one that attracts people to the arenas. He and the likes of Randy Orton and Triple H and Undertaker and whoever else. But he's the main reason. He's the main reason. He's the one that said, come on. Honestly, Cena's the kind of guy that if they needed someone to turn heel last night during the main event, he would have been the first up there to say, hey Vince, I'll become a heel. Make me a heel. Make me join the Nexus. He would have done that, but that's not the case. It's the main money maker. Alright? He's the main money maker, and WWE wants to keep the PG rating, the PG demographic, slightly PG-13 demographic, the PG, slightly PG-13 demographic. They want to keep that, so they're going to keep Cena heel. Cena face. They're going to keep him face. And yes, eventually they'll probably put the title back on him, but they're not going to. Because Cena's the kind of guy, believe it or not, that doesn't go and say, hey, I want the belt back. No, he's the kind of guy that lets others choose. He's the kind of guy that will say, hey, I'll feud with this guy, I'll feud with that guy. And he'll do it. What I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, and to Cena haters out there, you can hate John Cena all you want, and I respect that. It's your opinion, it's your life, you can choose to do that. You're probably going to do it tonight in Los Angeles. And it's in just a little while. And I can understand that. I can respect that. But let me explain something to you right now. You can hate him all you want, but it's not going to change a thing. You can start the rumors all you want. You can get behind the rumors all you want of him turning heel eventually, just so you can have a reason to like him. But it's not going to happen. Okay? Now, besides that, everybody's asking, what about the Nexus? What's going to happen to them? Well, I've got a feeling the Nexus is slowly going to start to disband. You see, this summer was just, people don't understand this, but the way I look at it, this summer was just used to introduce the Nexus, just to introduce us to who were part of the Nexus, to the superstars that were part of it, to the rookies. It was just to introduce us to guys like Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Skip Sheffield, David Otunga, Michael Tarver, Darren Young, Wade Barrett. It was just to introduce us to them, get them on television, get us to recognize them, so that when they finally disband, we won't be like, well, who's that in the ring facing Christian, or who's that in the ring facing Matt Hardy, or who's that in the ring facing Triple H? We won't be like that. We'll be like, oh, there's Heath Slater, former member of the Nexus, the Horror Man Rock Band, or there's the South Beach Party Boy, Darren Young, or there's the High Flyer, Justin Gabriel. That's what this whole thing was about. Now, if they continue with the storyline, that's great. It's up to them. But it's all about just introducing and establishing who these guys are. That's what the whole Nexus thing was about. And honestly, I think it was nothing more than a summer deal. Just my honest opinion. I could be wrong, and again, if they continue on with it, that's their choice. But that's just the way I look at it. Now, as far as Laycool goes, I mentioned this last night in my SummerSlam review, and I'll mention it again. What WWE is going to do is they're going to have an interpromotional match at Night of Champions between Michelle and Melina for the Divas title, because as we've seen on SmackDown, storyline-wise, Laycool doesn't want to give up being co-champions, but they also probably don't want Teddy Long to choose for them. So, storyline is going to go like this. Layla will stay the women's champion, but since they want to prove to be the most dominant divas in the history of the WWE, basically the WWE's version of the beautiful people, they're going to want both. They're going to want to stand on top of both divisions. So that's what's going to happen. That's the storyline we're leading into, and eventually that is going to lead into also a disbandment of Laycool. It may not be the way we want it, but it may be heading in that direction. Because think about it. Michelle wins the Divas title, she's not going to be allowed on SmackDown. She's going to end up being, by winning the Divas title, let's face it, she'll be doing what Jack Swagger did. When Jack Swagger won the world title, he essentially became a SmackDown superstar. If Michelle wins the Divas title, she'll essentially become a Raw star, or a Raw diva. That's what's going to happen, and that's going to be the disbandment of Laycool, whether we like it or not. So, that's what's going to happen, but if Michelle doesn't win, then we'll still get the disbandment of Laycool, because she's going to probably blame Layla for not helping her. Because I got a feeling they're going to take the women's title off Layla that night at Night of Champions, and then Michelle, if she loses, she's going to blame Layla for losing her match, which caused her to lose focus on her match and caused her to lose. I know that sounds confusing, but that would lead to a breakup as well. But essentially, one way or another, Laycool is going to break up one of those two ways. So that's all I could say on the whole Cena turning heel rumor, the Nexus, and where it's going, and the Laycool situation. So tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you all later.